Hello. Thank you so much for your love and support. And today's video is regarding the tips and tricks. Earlier, we have already created this type of video, but once again, exam desktop would be like this, and you will get a very less window size to work with it. So be practice with a smaller window. And my advice, you should always try browser, Firefox browser, because Firefox browser is there available in environment, means in CK examination, and there your document page, and you can find anything there. So start with our tips number 1, which is take a deep breath and calm down. And you don't know, it really work. The CK exam feels like a race, but your real superpower is staying calm when the clock is ticking. When you are relaxed, you think sharper, you read questions more peacefully, more carefully, and you make fewer mistakes. So before the first question or whenever you feel stuck, don't worry, pause, breathe, smile, and then go for it. Because a calm mind always type faster and solves smarter. So our second tips is don't waste too much time. Move on if it is taking too long. If a question start eating up your time, don't get stuck with it. Give it a fair shot, around 3 to 5 minute max. And if it is not clicking, leave it, flag it, move to the next one. Keep your momentum, because you can always come back later with fresh mind. Remember, finishing more questions calmly is better than perfect one and missing 3. And remember, there is a time of 2 hours for the 16 questions most of the time. So you take it as a 1.5 hour only, because environment is slow, and sometime when it is stuck, then troubleshooting happens. So you consider 1.5. You would get 2 hours is very good, but keep that time for yourself 1.5 hour. Don't think that you have 2 hours. You have only 1.5 hour. Prepare your mind for that. Third tip number third is don't rush your typing. Here, if you see, if you type here, just I'm typing JJ, but in that environment it's very slow. When you type J, there will nothing will appear, and when you type JJJJ, the once it will appear at 4 times, and boom, you will need to delete, and that is very slow. So the exam terminal can lag a bit, so don't hammer like the keyboard, like it is speed test. When you type too fast, command jumbles, letter skip, and then you waste more time fixing typos than solving the question. So type steadily, not fast. Watch what appears on the screen as you go. A clean, correct command the first time is always faster than typing 3 broken ones in a hurry. So whenever you make mistake in such type of commands, so just control C and you will have a fresh line. Fourth tip number, which is very important, you should never forget it, because it is a peace of mind when you are solving the question. Before making a big changes, take a backup of running resources. It can save you later. Before making a big changes, always backup what already working. If you mess something up, you will have a copy ready to recreate it quickly. Use a simple dry run or export to save YAMLs. Like whenever I total lifesaver during the examination. I always used to take a backup 2 times. One is with the touch and one with the not touch. And I will not touch backup. I will have it for backup purpose. And this I will use for edit or something type of purpose. So many suggest the imperative way. Tip number 5 is many suggest the imperative way, but go declarative when it matters. Most trainer will tell you to use imperative commands like kubectl run or expose because they are faster and they work. But sometimes this habit, due to version mismatch or deprecated flag, they break or behaves differently in exam environment. That's why the declarative approach is YAML file is safer. I have seen this thing in horizontal pod autoscaler type of activity, so be aware of it. Use a declarative approach instead of imperative. You can see what being applied, fix it easily, sometimes fails, and reapply anytime. So for pod creation or testing purpose, imperative would be okay. It's not about the speed, it's about the control and reliability. In real CK situation, YAML don't lie, but commands sometimes do. So always use a namespace. It makes life easier. If you type a k hyphen and default, so this type of habit will save you to forget. It prevent you to forget that namespace or namespace. As you always remember your namespace, and 2025 and 2026 are in examination, namespace is there in manifest file. So most of the time namespace is required in examination or in resources, because when you include hyphen and namespace in your tab completion work smarter. It auto suggests the resources only from that namespaces. Plus you will avoid those sneaky pod not found moment when the big object is sitting in another namespace. It's a small habit that saves big time during the examinations, so this is very important. I always use k and default. Means if I, instead of k get pod, I use k, so there is no pod. So instead of doing this command, I always prefer this command. So I remember this. We are in working with the default namespace. Seventh number is use the question link smartly. So whenever there is a scenario, I can say, let's say I am having this scenario. So whatever the questions asked, there is a link of it. Means useful links are here in upside, and every question in CKA has important documentation link right above it. Don't waste time scrolling through the documentation. So whenever there is a documentation, suppose kubernetes.io, so for HPA, so don't waste time scrolling through the document manually. Instead remember the keyword like YAML feedback 3000. Suppose I want a HPA file, so I'll just click on HPA, and what I do, I just type FEED, and just above it this YAML file is there. Instead of scrolling so much down, it will save a lot of time. If you don't remember this type of keywords, so always use YAML, but instead of this will also take a 2 or 3 clicks. I have remember all the keywords, and that this too is good, because instead of doing much R&D at the last moment, you can find this 2 or FEED, because most of the YAML file I found it's better in this there. Sometimes the unique thing you need to find, because I know this YAML file is here, so I just find. If suppose I need to do any more changes, so whatever things I need to find, just suppose like in PV, persistent volume. So here persistent volume, so just I click Control F FEED. Okay, so here there is a link of create a persistent volume, claim and create a document. Okay, so just you can click that link and create a persistent volume. You will get a persistent volume file, and things will be very easy. And I always appreciate if you use this trick and save your time and thank me later. No issues. I don't have a much reach on YouTube, but I'm happy with if anyone get the benefit of my channel. Thank you. So that precious that's how save precious minutes, and trust me, many people have seen this huge different using tricks. Also when you practice, use Firefox, as I'll already said, because in this environment, if I see here, Firefox is already installed and this terminal is there. Okay, don't forget SSH. always in a question there is a sss type of thing, just copy paste and work in that environment only. This is very very important. Means you should always use, because you won't get any marks if you are doing in the wrong environment. So knowing the vim and linux shortcut gives you a real edge. But if you are not knowing, then it's also okay, because last moment it should not do much r&ds. If you earlier knowing these things, it's good, but at last moment you don't do it. Attempt every question, even partial answers earns mark. So I advise never leave a question blank, even you are unsure about it. Finish it fully. So whatever part you can, CKA partial credit. So if create half resources or fix a problem, you will still score something. Many people miss passing by a few points just because they skip half solved question. So remember, 60% solution is still better than not attempt all. So there are many, but these are the mains. And one more which I think I'm forgetting is what I'm forgetting. One questions. No issue. Whenever I get more tips, I will just post it in the comment box. There are many, but these are the mains. And if you know these tricks, then your exam will be much good. Many of the people means many of my student just scored very good marks in first attempt only. So I wish you also crack in first attempt. So best of luck from my side.
Best of luck
And
for your
if you want
exam.
any
You
information
will
or
do
read it,
great.
you want to comment. So this neocloud.cloud@gmail.com is my email ID. I mostly reply to the emails. So thanks so much for giving me time. Thank you so much.